identical to Prosak's list. I do see 2 copies of Sphinx's Revelation main.
Which was the change you wanted to make anyway.
Yes, exactly.
So, I mean, this is a deck, as you said, it's a deck we're going to see a lot of, as we see Roy start off with the Hallowed Fountain, Ivan start out with a Temple Garden, and what you'll notice is Ivan drew a Cavern of Souls for the turn. He has one of those in his deck. And that's obviously a very important card against the mostly counterspell deck, as we see a Farseek resolving now. So we're going to see exactly if he's going to be able to take advantage of that one Cavern of Souls, because he has to. He's obviously going to get something free, but his creature types don't line up, like they don't overlap very well. So is he going to name Angel for Restoration Angel and the 2 Angel Serenity, or is he going to name Beast for Thragtusk?
Just trying to, just comparing Prosak's list to Roy's list right now. It's identical. It looks like Roy cut a Think Twice for Sphinx's Revelation. He cut a Plains for a Cavern of Souls.
As we see a Thought Scour revealing Azorius Charm and Restoration Angel on Ivan's Instep, and just a Moorland Haunt from Roy.
Otherwise, the main deck is identical.
Okay, and there's our Cavern of Souls, and we're going to see what this is going to name. If it's on 4, if he's playing it right now, it's probably naming Angel. We are going to get confirmation shortly on what it is naming, but we'll find out in a moment.
Moorland Haunt makes a Spirit.
He can get his beatdown started a little bit earlier than normal.
And that he does. Cavern does indeed name Angel. Ivan with an opportunity here to just ambush the Spirit.
He wants to take it. I mean, this does open him up to unsummon an Azorius Charm. Well, he's going to go for it.
Yeah, he's not blocking. He just did it end step, so... Dodges the Azorius Charm for sure. And now swings in, and he's not going to dodge the unsummon, it appears. Oh no, he's going to... Roy's going to Thought Scour. Hits Thought Scour Restoration Angel. Draws. And apparently lets the Angel connect. Ivan passes back. Roy gets another Spirit out of the Moorland Haunt, removing a 2nd copy of Restoration Angel.
Roy's a little land light right now. Okay, never mind. His lands are just fine.
Plays a land, bashes in with 2 Spirits. Ivan takes it, untaps, draws Detention Sphere. Nice card to have against 2 Spirits if Spirits are getting you down. Smashes in with Restoration Angel.
It's not a bad draw, but Ivan is having some pretty big mana issues right now.
Does appear that way. And we have an Azorius Charm from Roy Zoo, apparently cycling, draws a card. Untaps, draws off the top. It's an Augur of Bolas. Crash in with 2 Spirits. Knocks Ivan to 15.
And we're going to see the Augur.
And does this one whiff? So far, a lot of these Augurs have not hit spells. This one hits a Syncopate.
And there's a land. Alright.
Sun Petal Grove from Ivan.
Ivan obviously has a handful of spells.
Roy has a handful of counter spells. I think he's got Dissipate, Syncopate, Syncopate. Azorius? No, I'm sorry. What is that? Is it Azorius Charm?
It's a
Sphinx's Revelation, yeah.
We're going to see Detention Sphere here, it looks like.
A countered Detention Sphere, most likely. No access to blue for Ivan.
Here.
Yeah, like he didn't want to. Would he have been able to leave up blue? I can't.
Yeah, he could have left. Yeah, he could have left up blue. We see a Dissipate. He could have left up the island, or I mean the Hallowed Fountain.
Yeah. So Dissipate does indeed take away the Detention Sphere, or deal with the Detention Sphere.
I think he has a Farseek in his hand, but
yeah, maybe that's what he's just holding back for. But I don't know.
No, nope.
Yeah.
It seems like rather poor tapping.
Yeah. There's no 2-mana Angel that he could play here, is there?
not that I know of, as we're going to see an attack here for 3.
All right, Royzu attacks, says go. Ivan plays Sun Petal Grove. And he has another Detention Sphere. Yeah, might want to arrange things a little better.
There we go.
All right, so. And here comes a Detention Sphere. No, he changes his mind. Okay. Angel in for 3. Roy goes to 8 here, I imagine. Yep.
So Ivan knows that Roy has Syncopate in his hand, just from the auger. Because he opted to use the Dissipate on the initial Detention Sphere. So interesting to see what he can do to kind of bob and weave around this.
Well, he does have a Syncopate of his own too.
Yeah.
So
he's gonna have to get around this at some point. He can't just keep waiting. So we see Restoration Angel. He has to act. The more he doesn't act, the better it is for Roy.
Restoration Angel for Roy at the end of turn, I believe. Ivan now trying to figure out whether he wants to try to Syncopate it. He does shuffle that to the front of his hand. And leaving up a Sun Petal Grove, he taps the rest of his lands to Syncopate for 4.
Interesting when he knows he has Syncopate. So he's got Syncopate for 2.
I'm not sure I liked any of those. I don't think I liked that turn for Ivan. I think if you wanted the Detention Sphere last turn, why do you suddenly not want it this turn? He could have Detention Sphered, which probably would have forced a Syncopate from Roy, and he could have Syncopated back, and there would have been a Detention Sphere and no Restoration Angel.
Yeah. And instead, he's getting beaten down for 6 this turn, which puts him down to 6, which is half of his life, so a 2-turn clock.
Yeah.
And now Restoration Angel may have to play defense now, or he's going to have to cross his fingers and hope the Thraktos is going to resolve, which is rather unlikely against like this heavy counterspell deck. Just pretty poor sequencing. I mean, he has plenty of spells in his hand. He just has to figure out what matters and how to pace the game, and he hasn't really taken the opportunity to do that.
Jace, Architect of Thought from Ivan. Maybe Roy had enough mana to pay for a Syncopate, or maybe I miscounted, but it seemed odd. Yeah.
Even if he does have enough mana to pay for a Syncopate, you still have to be proactive. You can't try to be reactive against this purely reactive deck.
Right, that deck is all reactive. So Jace gets Syncopated, Ivan casts Farseek, and that resolves.
And you have to pace the game in such a way that you have to make him have the counter spells for what you're trying to play. Like, you can play around, you can try your best to play around Syncopate and what have you, but the longer the game goes and the more the land drops are hit, like, the better the Syncopate's going to be, especially when Ivan's missing his own land drops. So you just have to get those cards out of his hand and get past that phase of the game. Let's see one tap, and now Angel's playing defense. And at any point, when he, I wouldn't say Ivan was ever really ahead, but at least he had the opportunity to attack and kind of put like some sort of pressure on Roy. Now, like, Angel's playing defense. It really doesn't play defense very well. Like, it's going to trade with like an Angel token, or as we see Sphinx's Revelation.
Yeah, that's
looks like he's digging for an unsummon.
Yeah, I was going to say, leaving up the Hollowed Fountain seems like the only thing he could possibly be hoping for is an unsummon. Thought Scour doesn't really make too much sense.
Yeah.
I don't think he found an unsummon.
He hasn't played a land yet, so he can Thought Scour and still try to hit an unsummon if he wants to, or he can just play more conservative because he doesn't really have to go this aggressive, especially with his life total up to 11.
He's gonna Thought Scour. Scours away, Augur, Island. Didn't see what he drew. Everybody's getting in, or at least coming over. It was not unsummon, you said?
It definitely wasn't.
Okay. We didn't have the mana anyway. Oh, that's right, he didn't play land.
Yeah, he hasn't played a land yet this turn.
Alright, Angel's going to get in front of Augur of Bolus.
See, the thing that I don't like about Roy doing this, like, you know, he's quote unquote going for the win, but by going for the win this turn, when he doesn't exactly need to go for the win, he's left his shields down.
Sure.
So now, like, a Thragtusk can resolve,
which it will, because I'm pretty sure Ivan has one. Yeah. The window is wide open for Ivan next turn. If he draws an untapped, or land that can come into play untapped, he can Detention Sphere away the spirits and resolve Thragtusk. If he wants to do both.
Yeah, Ivan has all the options now, where before Ivan had to play around something every turn because Roy's lands were untapped. So he had to really consider what his plays were going to be, and then when that was happening,
he draws planes, can do that.
He can do that sequence.
And it appears that that's exactly what he's doing. There's the Detention Sphere, there's the Thragtusk, Ivan up to 8, spirits all gone.
Well, realistically, he could even attack with Restoration Angel if he wanted to. He's choosing not to, but it definitely something that could occur.
Well, what we do know for right now is Ivan has definitely put the brakes on Roy.
Yeah,
Angels are just going to bounce off each other.
Swayed back.
Yeah. There is an unsummon, I believe, now. Yeah, there it is.
Right on time.
You want to unsummon the Thragtusk?
I doubt it.
I don't think so either. Some reason. Something tells me that doesn't seem like the play that Roy's going to make. Oh, he unsummons a Restoration Angel.
That's
Crash in for
super
3.
Aggressive.
Knocks Ivan to 5. And passes back.
That's a really aggressive line.
Ivan draws Farseek. He's going to go ahead and play Restoration Angel and have him gain 5 life again.
Yeah.
Ivan has just the one cavern, but it is on Angel, so...
Yeah, so I mean, it's just going to resolve.
It's just going to resolve, right. There's nothing Roy can do about that. So, that was a weird play thinking about it. Roy plays an unsummon, so wastes a card to do 3 damage and give his opponent an opportunity to gain 5.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like a pretty safe attack. This is not the kind of card you want a Azorius Charm. And if he does Azorius Charm it, you can just blink it.
Yeah. Oddly enough, as much as we were joking, I kind of feel like if you were going to cast Unsummon, it actually would have probably been better to unsummon the Thragtusk.
Yeah, that's actually very possible.
Because now he gets the blink effect. He gets to protect Thragtusk, but the Angel costs him 1 less mana than it would if it can be cast at instant speed. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to end up with a Restoration Angel, a Thragtusk, and a Beast token, and +5 life. Either way.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna unsummon the Thragtusk, he has to pay 5 at sorcery speed for it instead of 4 at instant speed.
As we see a Spirit token main end of turn for Roy, I definitely agree with you. It's very strange. We're gonna see an Augur of Bolas here now. He's gonna Restoration Angel.
Restoration Angel, unsummon on the Thragtusk. I'm sorry, a Snapcaster Mage from Roy Zoo, gonna try to unsummon the Thragtusk in response.
Yeah, I mean, this is worth syncopating in my book. I know syncopate's not gonna counter it, but...
Yeah, but make him tap a bunch of mana?
Yeah.
Or?
Just so that you can attempt to resolve Thragtusk next turn.
So he does not syncopate it. Thragtusk goes back into Ivan's hand.
We're going to resolve the Augur of Bolas trigger. There's a Rewind, which is the huge dagger, which is why I want to syncopate to take place. Because Rewind's literally the perfect card he can hit.
Okay, so on Roy's side of the board, we've got Restoration Angel and a Spirit Token, both attacking right now. Not attacking are 2 copies of Augur of Bolas and a Snapcaster Mage. 1 Augur and the Snapcaster summoning sick right now.
I mean, then again, he can just syncopate the rewind, so it's not like that big of a deal.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ivan, on Ivan's side of the board, he has a Restoration Angel and a Beast Token. We know he has a Thragtusk in his hand, which was just recently unsummoned. And Ivan is cleaning up his mana base over there, doing some rearranging.
So there's a Thragtusk. Essence Scatter. So I will try to syncopate this for 3.
And syncopate on the Essence Scatter. Resolves. Thragtusk resolves. Ivan up to 9. And think twice from Roy. These players, it seems like they've both been under 10 for most of the, the match so
really
far.
Does.
It's like cannot go to 0.
So Roy with a Rewind and Azorius Charm, and what looks to be a land.
Yeah, it's a Hallowed Fountain. Ivan tapped out. Nothing super impressive for Roy to do here as far as the cards in his hand go. He can cycle an Azorius Charm. He can gain 1 billion life if he wants. Well, not 1 billion, but he can lifelink if he wants. But I think the Azorius Charm is better left cycling or removing maybe an attacking or blocking Beast Token.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
There's better options for that Azorius Charm at this point. Alright, Ivan untaps. He has 9 lands in play.
Drew Garrett.
Whew.
And he knows about Rewind.
He does know about Rewind, so he may want to reconsider that. But he's gonna trade Garrett for Rewind here, and he does. He has the option to Snapcaster Syncopate, but it's not enough. He can't nearly have enough to Snapcaster Syncopate. So Garrick trades for Rewind. Roy Zoo has all of his lands available again. Now
we're just gonna see a Farseek.
I don't know if there are any creatures, but I think there's at least one in Roy's graveyard. I could be wrong. Maybe he would have made a spirit long ago, but could have gotten 2 activations out of Moorland Haunt if he had a couple of creatures in the bin.
Which is a pretty neat interaction with Rewind.
Yeah, just one of those ones that I'm not going to see very often, but it's kind of cool. So,
I'm going to see Azorius Charm.
Yeah.
Draw a card. He has drawn into a Sphinx's Revelation as well, so that's the kind of card that can easily end this game now.
Yeah, the board's pretty mucked up. If we need something to break this kind of stalemate we've got, and Sphinx's Revelation, I think, is the kind of card that would do it. Roy with 10 lands in play. I don't even think he's played a land this turn.
I believe he is not. He still has that Hollow Fountain hanging out.
Yeah.
And this is the turn you just go for the backbreaker. And the only thing he realistically has to play around is Syncopate for 1.
And that's exactly what he plays around. I believe did he leave 3 untapped?
Yeah, he's left quite a few untapped.
Yeah, interesting. Well, I guess he doesn't, isn't trying to put himself in a position to discard, I guess. I don't know. He's drawing 4 cards here, gaining 4 life. I think I would have been a little more greedy with my...
Yeah, same.
Even just a little, 1 card more greedy. I would have probably played my Hallowed Fountain untapped. And I would have probably played around Syncopate for 1. That's what I think I would have done.
Yeah. Not much else to play around in that situation, I guess. Like, there's Negate, but I mean, that's not a card people start.
Yeah, this is game 1. We're 20 minutes into the round, game 1 of round 5, the StarCityGames.com Standard Open in Dallas, Fort Worth.
Ivan has drawn another Restoration Angel to go along with the Snapcaster Mage in his hand. That's why the attack with the Thraxus that turn, rather safe attack, because he does have his Cavern of Souls in play, naming Angel. He's going to cast this right now.
And Roy with another unsummon. I mean, I just drew a billion cards. Did you think I didn't have the unsummon?
Yeah. We're going to see Snapcaster Mage here.
Can I look at your graveyard? What can you possibly flash back? I think it's just Farseeks and Syncopates, right?
Yeah, he has a Syncopate in there.
There's a Syncopate. Snapcaster.
It's going to be a Syncopate for 3.
Syncopate.
Which works.
Yeah, Syncopate on the unsummon. Resolves. Restoration Angel targeting Thragtusk. That trigger resolves. Thragtusk goes away, comes back. Gains Ivan 5, gives him another beast. And can we get a Supreme Verdict up in here? This board is just getting out of hand.
Roy has a lot of lands.
Oh my gosh.
5 of them, and an Azorius Charm.
He is extremely flooded right now.
Well, keep in mind, he is flooded, but he had the opportunity to draw more cards with Sphinx Revelation. So, you know, if it turns out that he needed to get 2 cards deeper into his deck to win this game, he had the opportunity to do that and passed up on it.
Plays a land and passes back.
His board state's getting to be in such a way where he's starting to really take over.
Yeah, Ivan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Now we see...
Oh, Angel of Serenity.
Just casting that in the face of all that untapped mana, just not scared at all.
Well, he's got a Cavern on Angel.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you. Thank you. I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
It works for all Angels.
I was only thinking Restoration.
I hope Roy remembers that.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't. Yeah, because I missed it. Yeah, I missed it. Yeah.
Oh gosh, Cavern of Souls. Oh, that is the worst. Roy digs, finds a Dissipate, and Dissipate does not counter the Angel of Serenity because Cavern of Souls is naming Angel. Are we gonna read it? Like, really? That's how the card works.
I promise it's naming Angel.
He didn't write it on there with a pen or anything, but...
I was just thinking about Restoration Angel being uncountable the entire time. Yeah, just basically like Roy was. And now this is, this is just a complete disaster.
So, Angel of Serenity clears Roy's side of the board.
Clears it right on up.
And I think it's time to attack. I think
attacking is safe, yes.
Yeah. I'm going to attack with 4 3-power dudes, a 5-power dude, and a 2-power dude. Alright, Roy says, alright, I'm going to make a spirit. I'll put my Snapcaster in front of the Thragtusk. I'll put one of the spirits in front of...
Yeah, that's it.
I give up.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was rough. That is one of those things where, you know, back when Cavern was first printed, there was some controversy surrounding the way the card, like how you had to announce which ability you were using.
Sure.
You know, like, and they made the initial call that if you're using the uncounterable, the mana that makes it uncounterable, you had to say something. And I thought that made total sense because if there's anything in this game that's important, it's communication.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
Then they switched it back, and I disagreed with that at the time, and I have not changed my mind.
Fair. Fair.
I don't understand. I think, you know, I just feel like with everything else in this game, it's a confusing enough game. There's so many interactions. Announce what you're doing. Be clear about it. Why, like, I don't agree with it. And I'm sure Roy would agree with me at this particular
moment, yes.
Yeah. We saw it happen, actually, Ryan Forsberg in the... may have been in the finals last week, finals or semifinals. It was one of his camera matches in the top 4. He did it twice. I think he blew 2 essence scatters on uncounterable creatures. in one game. And sorry to bring that up, Ryan, but I was so frustrated for him. I'm pretty sure it was Ryan. It may have been somebody else, but I think it was Ryan. Because he's like, I know your creatures are already uncounterable. Plus, they make me discard spells.
Yeah, sure.
You know, like, I think it's so frustrating, and I think it's, you know, you put somebody, your creature's already uncounterable. Can you just announce it? Can you just say it, really?
Sure.
Is it so bad? Is it, you know, do you really got to make somebody, you really got to punish people that bad, that much? So, anyway, yeah, that's me. That's my opinion. Let's look at the sideboards.
Yeah, you've got Roy's in front of you. He's going to be able to play this game. So what's he going to do to try to improve this outside of dissipating the angel?
Angels that can't be countered. Well, he does have Cavern of Souls, which we saw.
Good card.
So that card is pretty good. Yeah, we saw that do some work on the other side of the board. He actually plays one main and one board. He could, I imagine he'll bring that in. He's got 2 copies of Detention Sphere, which seem pretty good. He has 3 copies of Geist of St. Traft, which again, if he's going by Prosac's school of thought, he's not bringing those in unless he's playing against another Geist deck, which he's not. I mean, technically, Geist of St. Traft is in the board there. So maybe if he's going to say, I expect Ivan to bring in Geist, maybe I bring in Geist to deal with it. So we could see that happen. He does have also 3 copies of Supreme Verdict and 1 additional Rewind. And a Negate. I think all those are worth bringing in.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of good options there that I would assume are coming in. For Ivan, there's a 4th Jace Memory there's a 1st Jace Memory Adept.
Yeah.
Along with 3 Jace Architect of Thought, so I could see that coming in. Along with 3 Geist of St. Traft. I don't think he's going to want the 2 Sigardas here. I mean, it's great if it's in play, but he only has 1 Cavern, which he obviously drew last game for Angel. It's great when it's in play, but if it doesn't have Cavern to push it through, it's, you know, just like another creature. It's pretty easy to counter. You know, if it's in play, it's fantastic. If he can get it through, it's fantastic. If not, he's just casting another huge threat.
Well, that's the kind of thing, is like, in that deck, I think Cavern almost always names Angel, and it's just another Angel, right? Another Angel you want to resolve. We saw Roy accidentally try to counter a non-Restoration Angel already.
Sure.
It's just, I think I could see him bringing it in, but I get what you're saying.
And he also has 2 Negates, an additional Dissipate, and then 2 Purify the Graves, which are good against Snapcaster, good against Think Twice, as good as a card can be against Think Twice, I guess. That he could board in. I don't foresee him boarding those in though. And then cards that he can easily board out are the 3 Supreme Verdicts and then 2 Centaur Healers.
So you feel like Roy has a little bit of an edge in this match generally?
I feel like this is a match that Roy should win, yes.
Is it? Are you thinking more along the lines of post-board, or are you thinking he should have maybe won game 1?
I think he should have won game 1, like pretty clear-cut. Like he went for it on that turn with the Sphinx's Revelation, trying to find Unsummon. Well, he just didn't need to do that because like Sphinx's Revelation drawing 5 cards is good enough to win the game. Instead of like Sphinxing, trying to hit Unsummon, and then like he Thought Scour, trying to hit Unsummon again. It's just like, he didn't do any of that. Like he was ahead on board, he was ahead in life, he was ahead in cards. Like, and Ivan was like having mana issues. He was like stuck on 4 and like finally hit his 5th land. Like I just didn't feel like any of that was. And then when he didn't hit Unsummon, he was tapped out, and then Ivan played Thragtusk, and like obviously Thragtusk turns the game around because 5 life, 5/3, and that's when things started to go downhill. He was just so hasty in trying to kill him when like you don't need to do that. There's no rush to kill the opponent.
Yeah. Chance Frink on Twitter points out that Sarah Avenger is a 2-drop Angel.
That's true.
I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah. That's from like 20 minutes ago when Ivan left up a Cavern and a Sun Petal Grove.
Yeah.
So Sun Petal Grove for Ivan. Roy with turn 1 Thought Scour, hitting Dissipate and Essence Scatter. Turn 2 Hollowed Fountain comes into play untapped, passes back to Ivan.
You saw the way how he was gonna play the Hollow Fountain tapped and then decided not to.
Yeah.
Just kind of something that you pay attention to, because it's like if he was going to play a tap, he doesn't have a counter spell. And then he opted to, he's like, I guess I'll just play it untapped.
Yeah.
You know, to bluff a counter spell, or he has Azorius Charm. There's small stuff like that. It's just like a small little giveaway that you can notice when you're playing.
Yeah, so Ivan just playing land go, and Roy able to cycle 2 Azorius Charms in the meantime.
He plays a Cavern of Souls, and it's likely going to be naming Angel because there are two Restoration Angels in Roy's hand, but we'll get confirmation, and we are confirmed.
Yep, we've got the confirmation. Cavern on Angel.
And now there is a Jace, which is getting the finger wag.
Yeah. Syncopate takes care of the Jace. Roy plays a land, says go. Now this is how you play that deck. Land go. Land go. Syncopate your guy.
He only does have 3 cards in his hand, which is one thing to be cognizant of. Now obviously Ivan doesn't know what's in his hand, and we do, which is 2 Restoration Angels in the land. But you know, if Ivan wants to start casting Haymakers and just basically saying, all right man, you better start having counter spells for every card I'm going to cast. Instead we just see a Farseek here, just getting its mana developed more. And I've really found that's the way that you go about beating this deck, is you just cast. People try to get a little dodgy about like trying to cast their spells around counter magic, and I don't want my thing to get syncopated. You just keep throwing the Haymakers until they're out of counter magic.
Yeah.
Because the longer you wait, that's when Sphinx Revelation starts happening. That's when Think Twice plus Flashback starts happening. And that's exactly what the blue-white Flashback wants to be doing.
So end of turn Restoration Angel from Roy. And now he's into the red zone with it, knocking Ivan to 17. And I think he drew Essence Scatter? Yes.
He did draw an Essence Scatter.
All right. Ivan plays a land.
You see Ivan's hand right now. He has Dissipate, Syncopate, Syncopate, Thrag Tusk, and I believe a land, as we're going to see another Restoration Angel that he can't counter.
In for 6. 2 Restoration Angels.
We're going to see an Augur of Bolus. That one's worth syncopating.
Whew.
Draws a card, draws a Hollow Fountain.
Yeah, here we're going to see an Essence Scatter on whatever Ivan tries to play, which I imagine is going to be Thrag Tusk, but could be Angel of Serenity because he does have one in hand. It's Thrag Tusk. Essence Scatter. Come on. He's looking at his land. You didn't play Cavern Naming Beast, right? Before I throw this Essence Scatter at it.
Looks like he's going to dissipate that.
And indeed, that appears to be the case. Essence Scatter on the Thrag Tusk, Dissipate on the Essence Scatter. Thrag Tusk comes into play, knocks Ivan, not knocks Ivan, but boosts Ivan up to 14. And Roy untaps in for 6 with the Angels.
Ivan does have Angel Serenity in his hand. I just say, I say you just cast it.
Yeah, at this point, he had Roy empty-handed at the end of last turn, and so basically, it's like if the top card was a counterspell, like, that's the odds you're playing against.
Yeah,
there.
the top card is counterspell. Good for you, man. As we see Ghost Quarter taking care of his Cavern of Souls.
Roy finds the Plains to play in its place.
Yeah.
There it is.
Make him have a counterspell or a Snapcaster.
Show me Rewind.
Good
wow.
draw. Good draw.
It was Rewind. I still think that was the right play by Ivan. Roy swings in again for 6, knocks Ivan to 2. Thrag Tusk in for 5. Did he just top deck? Was it a Restoration? Is it Restoration or it's Angel of Serenity? Oh, it's Restoration. Sorry, he moved it very quickly. Restoration Angel resolved. Blinks Thrag Tusk, puts Ivan back up to 7, gets a Beast.
Also gets him a blocker for one of the Restoration Angels. This is a great draw.
Yeah.
Michael Weathers to the main event.
And he has a Syncopate in reserve. So if like this card for Roy is a Sphinx Revelation or what have you, even if it's a Restoration Angel, he can counter it. So,
you know, it's interesting the flavor of these angels. It's very interesting how the format comes down to like Guardian Angel saving people's lives, right?
Yeah.
It's just like I need to get back in this game. Oh, it's an angel to come down and save me for another turn, or an Angel of Serenity to completely turn the game around.
Here comes Big Thragerson. Huh?
Did you say
home?
Thragerson?
I did say Thragerson, yes. Uncle Thragerson. There he goes. We're going to make a trade here. Get a beast token. And the tough part for Roy is in situations like this, there aren't very good draws for him. You know, there isn't a awesome card for him to draw like Ivan had access to. You know, he doesn't have like a Thrag Tusk or Angel Serenity or something. You know, he's got
Sphinx's Revelation.
yeah, that's his best draw. And he only has 2 copies of that.
All right, Ivan getting in with Restoration Angel and 2 beasts. Angel's bounce. Oh no, Angel takes care of a beast. Makes sense. And Roy goes to 2 here. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
I think he just drew Cavern of Souls. Cavern names Angel, I believe, or must have named whatever it is Geist's name drafted. Spirit. That's what I thought. For a second, I'm like, human? No, it's not a human, is it?
Addressing the Restoration Angel. Alright, makes this attack here, so Restoration Angel is going to bump into each other, and Geist is going to go bye-bye. That's it.
Flooded out. Roy Zoo goes from having his opponent to 2 life.
And then the driver's seat
Yeah.
to losing the match. So
Yeah.
Ivan Contraras